Proverbs 19, starting off with a prayer. Sometimes I pray before the video, off camera. I'm feeling compelled to pray on camera so that you can see what I'm going through and what I'm asking Jesus to help me with. Our Father in heaven, come to me in the name of Yahuah HaMashiach of Nazareth, your holy Son, Jesus Christ. I ask these things in his name. Help me with this frustration, this false sense of frustration, only coming from me acting like a Martha, running around trying to do as much as I could, when I know that I can't do your job and you can't do my job. And though this dog is trying to frustrate me with his needs and desires that he needs right now, that is what I'm doing to you. I'm barking at you, saying, God, now. But I will not become frustrated by these things, for you have covered me with your peace that transcends beyond understanding. And as I understand this, and as I grasp this and hold on to it with all that I have and focus only on you, then peace comes. As for wisdom today, ask for peace, more peace, regardless of what's going on around me, all the chaos and the turmoil and whatever I'm going through. Let it be like this dog barking at me. It doesn't faze me. Whatever is going on, it will not faze me, for I'm fixated on you and I am content with you. For what more do I need? Let us all understand this. Reset our focus on the garden, on you. Ask for wisdom so that I can teach on Proverbs 19. Because I'm a man of folly. You know this more than any other man on this planet. I am a man of folly. Let it not be so anymore. Let the people that see this not be men or women of folly any longer. Let us seek after wisdom as if it is the next air, next breath that we seek. Fill our lungs with wisdom. Fill our minds with wisdom. Fill our souls with wisdom. Fill our hearts with wisdom. Fill us with wisdom so we no longer walk to destruction through folly and foolishness. I pray this all in the mighty name of your Son, Jesus of Nazareth. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, back in the game. Proverbs 19, here we go. What really matters? Wisdom. She's the best. With all thy getting, get understanding. Wisdom is the principal thing. Verse 19, or Proverbs chapter 19, verse 1. Better is the poor that walketh in his integrity than he that is perverse in his lips and is a fool. All right. Walk in integrity. Even if you just have a little bit. Your mind focuses on the riches and all that nonsense that you don't have. Guess what? You're going to walk straight into folly, and you're not going to care about wisdom because your eyes are going to be on gold, and your eyes are going to be on pleasures of the flesh and the lusts of your heart. And where's that going to lead you? To foolishness. But if you're poor and you walk in your integrity, you're better than the man with perverse lips and is a fool, okay? Another reiteration of how messed up God sees those with perverse lips are, okay? Yes, he is merciful and he is long-suffering, and his kindness leads us to repentance, but that means we have to accept the kindness and the long-suffering and walk away from perverse lips and grab our tongue and not let it say anything that comes into our minds. This discipline of keeping and guarding what we say will translate into other members of our body. I have said this before and I will say it again, okay? Guard your tongue and you will be able to master your other members, whether it's your feet that walk swiftly to evil or whether it's your hands that bring you to uncleanness. Your hands do wicked things. Or Let's talk about the member in between our legs, right? Your genitalia, okay? You will be able to master that member by not allowing it to have rule over you. Master the tongue and discipline your mouth. Master the rudder and the bit and the bridle, and you will master every other member. Yeah, I know, bud. I'll just keep throwing it. I'll keep throwing it while I'm teaching. Okay. Verse 2. Also, that the soul be without knowledge, it is not good. He that hasteth with his feet sinneth. Okay? Jesus said, my people perish for lack of knowledge. My people perish for lack of knowledge. Brian perishes for lack of knowledge. You, whatever your name is, man or woman, you perish for lack of knowledge. It is not good that the soul be without knowledge, because it perishes. And he that hasteth with his feet sinneth, okay? I have seen my feet swiftly run to evil, okay? Because I was hasting with them. I was not actually being a prudent man and deciding, hey, yeah, I know that this is wrong. I know where my feet are swiftly going, but I didn't think about it. I just said, oh yeah, I know it's wrong, but I'm going to still swiftly go there, okay? I was hasting with my feet. But if I just stopped and really sat down for 15 minutes and was like, okay, first of all, pray, because only He can give you the strength to flee temptation. If I stopped and I didn't have hasty feet, they would not swiftly run to evil. How often do your feet run to evil? Assess this. Ask the Father for help. The foolishness of man perverteth his way, and his heart fretteth against the Lord. Stop, Levi. You're going to breathe in the camera, and everyone's going to be like, what is that noise? He's going to chew on my shoelace. Okay, our foolishness perverts our way. Our foolishness twists our ability to walk in uprightness. Our foolishness leads us to perverseness. Our foolishness leads us to the first thing that comes into our mind that says, oh yeah, that'll feel good. Let's do it right now. That's where our foolishness leads us. Oh yeah, I'm going to let me go sleep with that girl right now, because our foolishness leads us to perverseness. And my heart will fret against the Lord. All right, Levi, you're getting kicked out, bud. Yeah, you're getting kicked out, all the way out. You're frustrating me, you're gone. That's it. Kicked out, separated. Yep, that's how it's going to be. You want to go right to the kitchen? Oh, now you want to be a good boy, right? Because I'm threatening you. His heart fretteth against the Lord, okay? His heart is struggling with the Lord, okay? Your heart is fighting with the Lord, okay? You are rebelling. You're rebelling against the Lord, and that is not good, okay? What, you can't fight God, so why even try? Stop trying to fight God. Stop trying to command God, and stop fighting. All He wants is good for you. You need to recognize this. We need to understand that He's greater than us, and He knows what's good for us. So fretting against Him, fighting against Him, is fighting against your very own soul, okay? You have become your own enemy by rebelling against the Lord. Verse 4, wealth maketh many friends, but the poor is separated from his neighbor. You got a bunch of gold, guess what? You're going to have a lot of people around you. Why is that? Because people want to take advantage of you. People want to ride off your coattails. Duh, we see that everywhere we go. But the poor is separated from his neighbor, all right? You become poor, you're at your lowest state. Guess what? Those people that you thought were your buds, those people that said they loved you, those people that said they'd always have your back, they're going to be far from you, bro. When you're in calamity, they're not going to be there, okay? It's just the way it is. They're going to think, oh, he's going to ask me for help. Oh, I don't want to help him, okay? Let us have friends that are not like this. Let us seek out companions and friends that will be with us in our lowest state. Okay, Job had the 3 friends that were they showed up, okay, and they sat there for 7 days. Those are good friends, okay? After those 7 days, they become bad friends because they were preaching what they thought was right. Okay, they were trying to help Job by rebuking him, but they did not know what they were speaking on because there was nothing to rebuke. Anyways, let us be friends like Job's friends, okay? And be there when people are at their lowest state, no matter how poor they are. That's being the friend to the man on the street that has nothing, okay? Maybe you don't have cash in your pocket. You know what you can do? You can sit down next to him and talk to him for an hour, all right? That's what you can do, all right? Maybe you're just off as bad, well, and you really, really can't give him anything to help him out. What's more helpful than that? Just sitting with them and being a friend, okay? They don't have anybody. They're at their lowest state. All their friends have left them. All their family has left them. Everyone has failed them. But you know what you being a stranger can do? You can be like Jesus and you can sit down and you can help them and you can just tell them, hey, guess what? If they have Jesus and they believe in Jesus and they're still being destroyed, you can remind them that the Lord is returning. That's what you can do, and you can encourage them. Hey man, don't lose your faith just because it sucks down here right now. Just because you have it the worst out of everything else. All of it's Hollywood anyways, so who cares? Okay? Maybe you don't have anything. Guess what? You have Jesus, so you have everything. Remind them of that. And it reminds yourself of it too, just like speaking it right now does. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape. Case and point right there, okay? We are not false witnesses. We do not send others into condemnation by lying about what they have done or have not done. Whether it's saying that they cheated on their wife or whether it's saying they did something at work that they didn't actually do, okay? Maybe you said, oh, this person stole something from somebody, and whatever. It's the same as being a gossip. It's the same as starting rumors, okay? We are not false witnesses. That's easy. I pray that you don't even struggle with that one. He that speaketh lies shall not escape, okay? This is the level of this that I'm at right now is, okay, maybe I'm not lying all the time, but guess what? Little white lies slip out, okay? I was sitting on the park bench the other day, and what did I do? I lied about my dog not being friendly because I didn't want to sit and talk with a lady, and I didn't want her dog to come over and say hi to my dog. But guess what? That's still a lie. Even though it's a quick little tiny little lie, maybe harmless in the eyes of man, it's still a lie, okay? I'm speaking lies, and I shall not escape. All right, that's the level that the next level is not speaking lies at all. Even that tiny little lie, that was the temptation to be like, no, he's not friendly. I don't want to talk. Like, that's a lie, okay? Maybe that's the level you're at. You let little lies slip here and there that are seemingly harmless, but we ought to seek being blameless, which means not speaking lies at all. And we pray and we ask God for help with that. And we pray and we say, hey, God, you know what? And you confess that. You even confess that. You know, hey, God, I did that, okay? Help me not to do that anymore in my laziness and in my own... You know what I should have said? You know what? He's really friendly, but I don't want him to see another dog right now. Boom. Then I'm not speaking lies. How easy would it have been just to say that truth? Anyways. Verse 6, many will entreat the favor of the prince, and every man is a friend to him that giveth gifts. All right? You're a noble. You're in a high position. Everyone's going to come trying to gain your favor. All right? When we accept the promotions and we do what we have to receive the promotions of the Lord, many will try to entreat your favor. Many will try to gain your favor. Okay? We must have discernment with this, and we must see that it comes with it, and we can't allow it to puff up our pride and become egotistical when really it was all the Lord anyways. Every good thing that comes from you following the commandments is still from the Lord. All right. And every man is a friend to him that giveth gifts. Duh. If you got gifts in your hand, everyone's going to be your friend. Maybe that's wisdom for gaining friends. Give gifts. Verse 7, all the brethren of the poor do hate him. How much more do his friends go far from him? He pursueth them with words, yet they are wanting to him, yet they are lacking to him. Another one. Here we go. Solomon's telling us. You're poor, everyone's going to flee from you. Your very friends are going to be far from you, all right? I know this. I have seen it. It just is, all right? You start falling down, you drop out of college, you don't have a job, this, that, and the other thing happens to you. Those friends are busy doing what they're doing, all right? They can't be there for you. They have to keep moving forward because they're seeking after what they're seeking after. Verse 8, he that getteth wisdom loveth his own soul. He that keepeth understanding shall find good. All right, I want to be a man that loves my own soul, okay? So I have to go get wisdom. That's what I have to do. That's what you have to do. You have to go get wisdom. With all thy getting, get understanding. Wisdom is the principal thing. That's going to be the verse that if you watch these videos, you're going to hear it over and over again. He that keepeth understanding shall find good. So you're keeping the commandments. You're keeping understanding. You're actually applying it to your life and you're actually doing it. You will find good. You want good, you have to keep understanding. How do you keep understanding? You first get understanding and then you apply it and act on it and you do as it says. Okay, you can gain understanding and then not even use it, okay? I could gain all this wisdom and not apply it to my life and I will not find good, okay? I could have wisdom, I could have understanding and not use it, okay? And what does that then the good, I won't find the good. You won't find the good if you gather all this wisdom and you don't apply it. Application is the principle that must be followed after you gain the principal thing, wisdom. All right, where we at? Verse 9, a false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall perish. That's the same exact verse, except for you're saying you speak lies, you're going to die. And if you're a false witness, you're still not going to go unpunished. Why do you say it again? Because it's a big deal, all right? False witness is a huge thing, all right? You start lying about somebody. Maybe you say somebody raped you and they go to jail for however long. Maybe you say somebody stole something from you. Maybe you say somebody, I don't know where false witness goes. You know what? You could say somebody, I don't know. The false witness is just a big deal, dude. For punishing people for crimes they did not commit, the Lord will punish for that. It says it right here. And telling lies is a big deal, all right? Every single one of them. It's a big deal. Verse 10, delight is not seemly for a fool, much less for a servant to have rule over princes. Luxury is not fitting for a fool, okay? God forbid you gain all the gold in the world and you're still a fool. It says it's not fitting for you. You'll still look stupid, right? It just looks jacked up, okay? Because with wisdom comes these things. But some people are just born into it, okay? And then you see the fool with all the money in the world and it's unseemly. Much less for a servant to have rule over princes. Yep. Verse 11, the discretion of a man deferreth his anger, and it is his glory to pass over a transgression. right? It's telling us it's glory to you if you just let a transgression slide. Okay, we get caught up in saying, oh, no, they have to pay for this, they have to pay for that, they have to pay for this. Guess what? If someone breaks you, maybe someone cheats on you, maybe somebody does this, guess what? Let it slide. Maybe it says it's glory to you to pass over a transgression. How many transgressions has the Lord passed over just because you accepted his son? Okay, it's glory to him for passing over our transgressions. And our discretion deferreth our anger. Okay, I get frustrated, okay, but I keep my discretion and I don't get angry. Lest it be angry and sin not. But our frustrations can so often lead us to sin. So I'm in a frustrated state about an hour before I make this video. What's going through my mind? Why am I frustrated? My discretion and my prudence leads me to discover why I'm frustrated and what is causing this frustration. And I appease that by prayer and by diligently seeking out the matter and understanding what's truly going on in my mind. And then I accept the peace from the Lord by discovering this, and my anger is dissipated and it does not lead me into temptation or sin. Because what is the temptation? Okay, I'm angry with my circumstances right now. I'm angry at this, I'm angry at that, I'm angry at the other thing. Where does that lead me? It leads me to a quick fix. It leads me to that beer in the fridge. Not anymore, but okay, maybe that is. It leads me to that bong. It leads me to pulling a bowl. Okay, it leads me to the quick fix, or the worst quick fix, which is going on the internet and looking at some naked chick and getting off. Okay, that is not holy, and unclean hands will be rewarded for their uncleanness. Keep on going. Okay, walk through, bud. Yes, the Lord is merciful, okay? But he's asking us, he's calling us to be greater. He's calling us to walk in his righteousness. Okay, he says, if you love me, you will obey my commandments. So we try to do it to the best of our ability, and we surrender these evil desires. Verse 12, the king's wrath is as the roaring of a lion, but his favor is as dew upon the grass. Okay, the king's wrath is as the roaring of a lion. Okay, let's talk about our king. How great is his wrath going to be? The Lion of Judah, all right? Or we want to juxtapose that with the evil one because he's also a lion, all right? And he causes his roar. This is how he scares us into... He causes us to panic through the roar, the great roar of this lion, the wicked lion. And that causes us to panic. And then we panic and we freak out and we run right to him, okay? That's not how it should be. We run right to the devil's den because we're scared and we freak out and we panic and we say, oh, and we lose our trust in the Lord, all right? I'm sure the lions roared at Daniel, but it didn't move him, okay? Yes, the angels closed the mouths of the lions, but if Daniel was in the cave and those lions were roaring at him, it wouldn't move him because of his trust in the Lord. He would not doubt that the Lord is going to protect him, nor would he fear the death that would come from it. Okay, that's the place that we need to be in. We need to not allow the roar of the lion to cause doubt and distrust in our king, the true and one king, the Lion of Judah. All right, there's two lions, okay? Just like there's two dragons. That's too deep for you right now. As dew upon the grass is his favor, okay? The earth used to be watered by dew, okay? There was no rain before the ark, before Noah. There was no rain. The earth was watered through this dew, okay? So the king's favor will essentially water you as dew upon the grass, okay? You will not wither because the dew, your leaf will not wither because the dew has gathered upon it, and the midsummer sun shall not burn you away, right? The king's favor will maintain our growth and water us. We need to seek the king's favor. How do we seek the king's favor? By acting as a wise servant, not speaking as a wise servant, saying, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to do that and I'm really trying, but I'm just not there yet." Guess what? Okay, yeah, it'll take time and you'll get there. Encouragement from Brian. But let us walk as a wise servant. Get to the place as walking as a wise servant and speak as a wise servant in the matter of not having perverse lips. And there's levels to this, okay? There's levels. You have to accept what level you're in and be encouraged by others and not beat down by them. Okay, you see somebody else walking in freedom from sexual immorality, that should encourage you, not discourage you. And don't beat yourself up and say, "Oh man, I can't believe the Lord freed him. I guess I'm never going to get set free." No, you look at them and you see that as proof, okay? You see that man, you see that woman, and you say, "Wow, the Lord did it for them. There's no way he can't do it for me." Because he did it for them, okay? So he can do it for them, so he will do it for me. That's how you gather encouragement from others. You don't compare yourself to where they are on their walk. You gain encouragement from it. That's what I've been doing. Okay, verse 13, a foolish son is the calamity of his father, and the contentions of a wife are a continual dropping. Well, let us not be a foolish son and be the destruction of our parents, causing calamity over and over and over again so that they have to save you, and so they have to fix this, and so they have to fix that. And you're causing calamity in their life. And here's the other one. The contentions of a wife are a continual dropping. Okay, here's water torture. That's why the Chinese use the water torture. They know what a continual dropping is like, okay? This is why we have to be so careful in picking our spouses. And you know what? That's why I've come to the place of complete surrender of, you know what, Jesus, you get to pick. That's not even my choice anymore. I don't even care. Because guess what I would pick? I would pick the wife that would become continual dropping. And I would be tortured for the rest of my life because I would not divorce her, because I will not divorce. And so I would be water tortured, essentially, for the rest of my life by her continual dropping because I chose my wife. Okay, that's why I'm not choosing my wife. Lord gets to choose that. That's why I said it. Because he's not going to give me the woman that has continual dropping or she's a quarrelsome woman. And I have to go figure out what Levi's chewing up. Give me a sec. Okay, so guess what? Levi was chewing up something cool. I got a free pen with my name on it. And guess what? I got to use it for like 3 days. Okay? Because he destroyed it. He destroyed the thing that I was going to use. And so, what does that result in? That results in separation. That results in punishment. He gets banished to the kitchen. He gets separated from his father because he destroyed something that he was not supposed to, okay? That's what happens with us, all right? We sin and 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 we wonder why we can't hear from God. He doesn't hear from us. Yes, send up the SOS prayers regardless. But we wonder why, why is God not moving in my life? Guess what? It's because you are still walking in your own wickedness and your own evil. Levi lesson, there you go. And you get banished to the kitchen, okay? And then the Lord comes back and he lets you back in the room and he sees if you're going to destroy another pen or destroy another thing he likes. And then when you do, you get banished back out into the kitchen, all right? And over and over and over again, all right? He's going to chastise you so that you return and act accordingly. So in reality, you're destroying yourself, and that's what upsets him. You're not even destroying one of his things unless you're hurting someone else, like I have, and like you have. And the contentions of a wife are as a continual dropping. The other translation is an unending irritation, all right? I'm not going to choose my own wife because I can't stand an unending irritation. I know that I will not be able to stand that. I see that in relationships that I've witnessed with my own eyes, and it is unbearable for the one who's not even in the relationship. It's unbearable for those around the ones that are in the relationship. Right? These are the people that, all right, you're waiting on a table, or you're at the restaurant and at a couple tables over, and you hear the woman that's just unending irritation to that man, and you cringe because of how unbearable it is, and you're not even in that relationship. How much more unbearable is it for that man? This is why we have to be extremely careful choosing who we will marry and letting go of that choice. I think that's the wisest decision we can make. Because, as we know, Brian can't see into the hearts of woman. And you can't see into the hearts of man if you are a woman. Vice versa. Okay? But I know somebody who can see into the hearts of man and woman. And so he will choose better than I.